students, I am Mrs. Madhuri Uday Kinge, teacher in commerce from HL Junior College Ozhar welcomes you in online lecture series organized by Gokhale Education Society's Central Coordination Committee for class 11. Students, in last two lectures you have studied specimen of important accounting documents and specimen journal entries for recording transactions in the journal. Today, I am going to discuss with you how to record transactions in journal, that is, how to write journal entry for the given transaction. Today, some simple transactions are taken in practical problem. Let's start. First, take down this problem in your notebook. I am going to read this problem, then we will solve it. You can pause the video and take down problem in your notebook so you can easily see the transactions from your notebook. Question number 1. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Prakash General Stores. Year 2019, month April, date 1. Mr. Prakash started business with cash rupees 90,000. Second transaction on 4th April, purchased goods for cash rupees 30,000. Next transaction on 7th April, sold goods of rupees 15,000 to Satish. Next on 8th April, purchased goods from Mohan on credit rupees 20,000. On 15th April, paid rent rupees 3,000 by debit card. Next is on 17th April, received check of rupees 10,000 from Satish. 21st April, paid for transport rupees 1,000 to United Transport. 23rd April, paid to Kunal rupees 5,000 on behalf of Mohan. Second last, on 27th April, purchased laptop of rupees 30,000 and paid by check. And last transaction on 30th April, placed an order with Raghav and Sons for goods rupees 20,000 at 12% GST. Students, you can pause the video and take down problem in your notebook. Now, do ruling of journal. At the top of the ruling of journal, leave 2 lines for heading. Write heading in the books of Prakash General Stores. Because we are going to record transactions of Prakash General Store. So give heading in the books of Prakash General Stores. On the second line, write journal entries. Now write down headings of columns. First column is date, second particulars, third LF, fourth debit amount rupees and fifth credit amount rupees. In date column, first write down year given in the problem, that is 2019. Then write month, that is April, and then date of transaction. Now always remember this, transactions are recorded in journal date wise. See, in the given problem, first transaction is dated on 1st April. So write date first. What is that transaction? Mr. Prakash started business with cash rupees 90,000. Now, do analysis of this transaction in your mind. No need to write separately the analysis of transaction. You have done it in last chapter. Which two accounts are involved in this transaction? Cash account and capital account. Identify the type of accounts. Cash account is real account. So apply the rule of real account to cash account. And capital account is personal account. So apply the rule of personal account to capital account. Now what happened in this transaction? Cash comes in. Therefore cash account is debited and proprietor is giver of the capital. Therefore capital account is credited. Hence write first journal entry, cash account debit 90,000 to capital account 90,000. Students, pay attention here. The word dr dot is written near to LF column in front of account to be debited. Now on the next line in particular column, leave some space from date column and write to capital account. Write T capital and amount in credit amount column 90,000. Write narration just below the entry in bracket. Start with the word being, B in capital letter. Narration is being started business with cash. Close the bracket. Draw a horizontal line in particulars column only to separate the entry from next entry. Do not draw such line in any other column. Now see the next transaction given in problem. Dated 4th April, which is that purchased goods for cash rupees 30,000. Identify accounts involved and their type. First is cash account and second is purchases account. Cash account is real account and purchases account is nominal account. Now what happened in this transaction? Purchase is an expenditure. Therefore, purchases account is debited and cash goes out. Therefore, cash account is credited. Hence, journal entry for this transaction is purchases account debit 30,000 to cash account 30,000. First, write only date of transaction in date column. No need to write year and month. It is written in date column only once on a page. Write journal entry, purchases account debit 30,000 to cash account 30,000. Narration below the journal entry in bracket being goods purchased for cash. Students, I want you to notice, see, the names of accounts written in journal entries are started with capital letter. Why it is? Because These are the specific names given to that specific account. So always start the name of account with capital letter. Do not start the name of account with small letter. Now move to the next transaction dated 7th April. Sold goods of rupees 15,000 to Satish. Identify the accounts involved and their type. First is sales account and second is Satish account. Sales is nominal account and Satish is personal account. What happened in this transaction? Sales is an income. Therefore, sales account is credited and Satish is receiver of goods. Therefore, Satish account is debited. Hence, write journal entry Satish account debit 15,000 to sales account 15,000. Narration in bracket being sold goods to Satish on credit. Students, write apostrophe S to Satish because we want to write Satish che account. Draw a horizontal line below the narration in particular column only. Move to the next transaction dated 8th April. Purchased goods from Mohan on credit rupees 20,000. What will be the journal entry? Purchases account debit to Mohan's account because purchase is an expenditure. Therefore, purchases account is debited and Mohan is giver of the goods. Therefore, Mohan's account is credited. Write journal entry purchases account debit 20,000 to Mohan's account 20,000. Narration in bracket being goods purchased from Mohan on credit. Next transaction is on 15th April. Paid rent rupees 3,000 by debit card. What will be the journal entry? Rent account debit 3,000 to bank account 3,000. Because rent is an expenditure, therefore rent account is debited and payment is made by debit card means through bank. That is, bank is giver, therefore bank account is credited. Write journal entry rent account debit 3,000 to bank account 3,000. Narration being rent paid by debit card. Move to the next transaction dated 17th April. Received check of rupees 10,000 from Satish. Students, in this transaction, information about type of check is not given and whether the check is deposited immediately into the bank or whether the check is deposited on any future date into the bank is also not given. In this situation, we can assume the check is deposited immediately into the bank. Such note should be given at the end of your answer. Therefore, write journal entry for this transaction. Bank account debit 10,000 to Satish account 10,000. Because bank is receiver and Satish is giver. Narration being check received from Satish immediately deposited into bank. Students, my one page of journal is completed. So I have taken total of debit amount and credit amount columns to check arithmetical accuracy of transactions. The total of amount columns is carried forward to the next page by writing the words total C/F means carry forward, or you can write carried down C/D in particulars column. The next page begins with the total brought forward or brought down from previous page. So, total brought forward from previous page is 1,68,000. Move to the next transaction dated 21st April. Paid for transport rupees 1,000 to United Transport. What will be the journal entry? Transport charges account debit 1,000 to cash account 1,000. Because cash goes out, therefore cash account is credited, and transport charges is an expenditure, therefore transport charges account is debited. Write narration in bracket being transport charges paid to United Transport. Next transaction is on 23rd April. Paid to Kunal rupees 5,000 on behalf of Mohan. Which two accounts are involved in this transaction? First is Mohan's account and second is cash account. Why Kunal's account is not involved in this transaction? Because Kunal is not the concerned party from business point of view. Payment is made to Kunal for Mohan. Therefore, Mohan is concerned party to the business. Hence, in this transaction, Mohan is receiver. Therefore, Mohan's account is debited and cash goes out. Therefore, cash account is credited. Hence, write journal entry. Mohan's account debit 5,000 to cash account 5,000. Narration in bracket being amount paid to Kunal on behalf of Mohan. Move to the next transaction dated 27th April. Purchased laptop of rupees 30,000 and paid by check. What will be the journal entry? Laptop account debit 30,000 to bank account 30,000 because laptops comes in, therefore laptop account is debited and bank is giver, so bank account is credited. Write journal entry laptop account debit 30,000 to bank account 30,000. Narration being laptop purchased and amount paid by check. Next transaction is on 30th April. Placed an order with Raghav and Sons for goods rupees 20,000 at the rate 12% GST. Students, this is happening of event and not a transaction because only order is placed. Execution of order is not done. Hence, no journal entry will be passed for this transaction. You have to give such note below the answer. See on the screen how note is written. Now, do total of debit amount column and credit amount column including total brought forward from previous page. Write total at the end of journal in both the columns. It must tally. That is same for both columns. For this problem, total of journal is 2,04,000. Students, I hope you have understood how to pass journal entries for given transactions in the journal. In next lecture, we have practiced combined journal entries for various transactions. Be ready with notebook, pen, pencil and scale. At the end, thank you for watching my video.